All right, good afternoon, guys. So here is the answer key to the study guide. Okay, so number one, you had 1 ounce of cheddar cheese, and it contains 9 grams of fat. 6 of the other grams of fat are saturated. Find the ratio of saturated to total fat in 1 ounce of cheese. So in 1 ounce of cheese, there's 6 grams of saturated fat to 9 grams of total. So that reduces to to a ratio of 2 to 3. So you can either have 2 to 3 as your answer, 2 to 3, or 2 to 3. And they gave you the order of the ratio. Out of 274 listed species in the United States, 78 made the endangered. So here's the endangered. What is the ratio of endangered species of birds to the listed? So 78 to 274. This is an L. If you reduce that, it reduces to 39 over 137. So for every 39 endangered species, there's 137 that are listed. And remember, it tells you the ratio. Use endangered and then listed. A construction worker is placing rivets in a new bridge. He uses 42 rivets to build the first 2 feet. If the bridge is going to be 2,200 feet tall, how many rivets does he need? So I set up my proportion, cross multiply, and you would get 46,200 rivets. And you could say would be needed to build bridge. All right, 4 is the ratio of sides, and you're given the perimeter. So if the ratio is 4 to 6 to 8, you would have 4x plus 6x plus 8x equals 126. Solve, add all these, set them equal to 126, divide by 18, you get x equals 7. Plug them back in, don't forget your units. 5 and 6 are just cross multiplying. So you would just cross multiply. The big thing is if there's 2 terms, make sure to distribute. Make sure to distribute your 2 to both of those. Make sure to distribute your 4 to both of those. And check your answers. Pause if you need to. Okay, here we have another ratio of 3 terms. However, we're talking about the angles in a triangle. So 5 to 7 to 8 equals 180. Solve for x, plug them back in, and you'll get your degrees. All right, we're moving on to polygons that are similar. Determine if they are similar. So I went over here and found 2 to 3 and put a dash, and then 2 to 3 and put a dash. And then I found my other unit my other number I'm given, and it's 1 to 2, so I put 2 dashes. Now that doesn't stand for congruency. I'm just trying to, if it makes you feel better, you can put dots. I'm just trying to identify that these are similar. And so it would be similar to this side over here. I set up a proportion. You have to do 10 over x plus 6 is equal to 14 over x plus 9. Cross multiply, distribute to both terms, solve, and I got x is equal to 3/2. Or you could say 1.5. All right, determine whether these triangles are similar. Remember our theorems. We have angle, angle, side, or side, side. So on number 9, these are similar by angle, angle. Therefore, write your similarity statement and the theorem used. Number 10 is side, angle, side. These both have 65. Remember to put the smallest with the smallest and the large with the large. So your ratio would be 8 to 4 and 18 to 9. If those have the same scale factor, which they do, then they are similar by side, angle, side. So triangle DKJ is similar to triangle PRZ. And then over here we had side, side, side. Remember you have to do small to small, medium to medium, large to large. So 24 to 15, 32 to 20, 40 to 25. Find if they have the same scale factor, which they do. They all reduce to 8/5. So by side, 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 triangle IGH is similar to triangle SQR. So in 12 and 13, you were identifying the similar triangles and finding the value of x. So these two are similar by angle, angle. These two are the same, and then this angle is congruent to this angle. So therefore, triangle LNM is similar to triangle PNQ. I set 12 to 18 and x minus 1 to x plus 3. Cross multiplied, and I got that x is equal to 9. 13, these are similar, again, by angle. This is the same on both triangles, and then this angle is the same as this angle. So since they are parallel, I can just set my segments in my proportion. I don't actually have to set small to the whole. So you have x plus 1 is to x minus 1, as 6 is to 8. Cross multiply, I got x equals to 25. And triangle PST is similar to triangle PRQ. All right, so 14 was a situation. So when you're I would highly recommend drawing a picture. So I'm going to redraw it with you. So here is the tree. So this is the tree. And this right here is the length of the tree's shadow. Okay, so his shadow, the tree shadow, is going all the way down here. Okay, Dave is standing in the shadow of the tree. So that this ending right here is the ending of Dave's shadow and the tree's shadow. So Dave is somewhere in here. And he is 6 foot 4 inches tall. So Dave, let's call this Dave. So this is Dave, and he's 6 foot 4 inches tall. Dave, his shadow is 15 feet long. So that means from here to here is 15 feet. And he's standing 66 feet away from the tree. So what is the height? The first thing I would do is I would convert all of these to inches. So what is 6 foot 4 inches, or I know I could shorten that to 6 foot 4 inches equal to an all inches. And I got 76. Okay, now this total, guys, is 81. So this whole length of the triangle is 81 feet. Well, what is 81 feet in inches? And I got 972. And then I need to know 15 feet. What is that in inches? And 15 feet is 180 inches. So now we can set up our proportion. I do not know anything is parallel. I'm going to assume that these two are parallel, but I would set up the proportion to be 50. Okay, so this is where it gets tricky. I don't want to write the feet. So I'm going to write this. I'm going to write 15 feet is to 6 foot 4 inches as 81 is to x. So now I'm going to write this in just inches. 15 feet was 180. 6 foot 4 inches was 76 equals 81 foot is 972 inches x. So when you cross multiply, you'll get 180x equals 972 times 76 was, I think I skipped that step, 972 times 76, 73,872. Divide that by 180, and you get that x is equal to 410.4 inches. So your answer is the tree is 410.4 inches, or if you divide 410.4 by 12, it's 32.4 feet tall. Okay, 15. You do know that these are parallel, so you can set up your proportion. I did 8 is to 14, as x minus 1 is to 17.5. Cross multiply, x is equal to 11, TV is equal to 10. Okay, we're trying to determine whether VY and ZW are parallel. So I knew everything, and I just set up a proportion. These had the same scale factor, therefore they are parallel because these two were proportional. 21. If you want me to, I'll draw this out so y'all can see W, Z, Y, V, X. Okay, so WX, this whole thing is 31, and this is 21, which meant this was 10. And then ZX, Z to X, was 4 times z to x. Did I draw that right? Z to x is 4 times zv. Well, I'm going to call zv x. So this is actually going to be x, and this is going to be 4x. But careful, I might have to redo this one because I just realized that zx is this whole thing, and it's 4x. And if zv is x, then this right here is really just 3x. So my proportion would actually be 21 is to 10 as 3x is to x. So when I cross multiply, I would get 30, which still is not the same. So either way, they're not parallel. Okay, and then I set this one up over here. Let me make sure I did it right. ZV is 8, VX is 2, YX. Okay, so this is, see how it's different? ZX gave us the whole thing, and YX is just this part. So if this is X, then this is just 1/2 X. So when I set up my proportion 2 to 8, 1/2 X to X, and I cross multiplied, I got 2X is equal to 4X, which makes it not parallel. Good luck studying. If you need any help, make sure to come to Zero Period tomorrow morning.